So there are a lot of changes in the IT market. So what do you think an IT company should do to sustain the growth?
There are a few kinds of companies who will survive.
Yeah.
One of the large companies like the TCS, Infosys,
Yes.
Wipros of the world, of which you could say USD is getting into that league.
True.
The second group of companies are product companies like Suntech and IBS, who have intellectual property.
Okay.
And if you have intellectual property, you do exceedingly well.
True.
Because you are not providing a service where they say, oh, it's one person, so this is the salary, and you give me a rate per hour.
Yeah.
The third group of companies who work in niche areas. When I say niche areas, they're talking of very small markets, but they are leaders in that area.
True.
So even the product companies like Suntech or IBS can be leaders in their areas. Okay, like IBS is in the transportation and logistics area, Suntech is in the banking area and the telco area. So you can work in a niche, be a product company, and you survive. But if you're going to try to be a TCS by providing just services, it's not going to work. The other big thing is that the whole market is changing. You're moving from just services to managed services,
Yeah.
where you take on the entire IT operation of a company, or you move in and say that, look, I will take on the whole thing, the hardware is supplied by me, the people are supplied by me, you don't worry, your IT is taken care of.
True.
So it's moving to that, and for that only large companies will be able to sell.
Okay. Since we have talked about niche, could you please give a more highlight of what exactly niche is?
NISH is a National Institute of Speech and Hearing in Trivandrum.
Yeah.
It was set up in 1997.
Okay.
1996 budget it was announced, and 97 we started off. It coincided with my leaving Technopark, but before that it's an initiative of the government.
Okay.
It is meant for deaf and hard of hearing people.
Okay.
When we started, it was a new initiative, and the reason I got involved with something like this, I have two daughters who are hearing impaired, and this institution today can proudly claim to be one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
We provide services starting from a day-old child to degree-level programs for deaf and hard of hearing people.
Okay.
We also do capacity building, where we train audiologists, bachelors of audiology and speech language pathology, masters. There's some research that is going on there. And about 4 years ago, we started the first degree programs for hearing impaired, which is the Bachelor of Computer Science and Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Okay.
We hope it becomes a university for persons with disabilities in a few years' time.
True. So I recently came across the news that certain people are there in Technopark who are impaired they are being deaf and dumb. So I have heard that niche creates or plays an important or major part in their roles. So do you train them that how they should be behaving or how they should be taking up the work in corporate?
The first thing, there are no deaf and dumb people. They're either deaf because you can't hear, you can't speak. If I tell you to speak Spanish and you've not learned Spanish, you can't because you've
True.
never heard Spanish.
True.
So you have deaf and hard of hearing people. Some of them can't speak because they have not heard.
Yeah.
Okay? But in niche, we have several people. I think one of the companies you work with, RM, actually has a couple of people who are deaf and hard of hearing working there. Wipro has recently recruited 7 or 8 of our computer science graduates who've come there. A lot of companies want to employ persons who have a certain level of disability.
True.
And they don't, but at the same time, they don't want it to be looked at as charity or that they're doing somebody a favor.
True.
So what they want is they want people who will work just like anybody else, but at the same time they say, look, if we can support somebody like this, it will be good. And I think that is what these companies are doing. And what niche does is niche gives them the education, whether it's computer science or fine arts, they teach them, they give them the best level of education. They also have recently, we've launched a communication program to help them in communicating,
Okay.
Which is written and understanding communication. So we think that those programs will help them to become more employable.
True.
And that's something which niche does. Niche also works with very young children. We start off with a few days old child.
Okay.
Maybe they get diagnosed at that time. From 6 months onwards, the mother and the child come there. By the age they are 5, those children join regular schools.
Okay.
The first batch of such children 3 of them got very good scores for their SSLC examination, and this year they have completed their +2, and one of them has got admission for architecture in the College of Engineering, Trivandrum. So I would say that it is not that one of the problems that happens is we have a lot of sympathy for
True.
I think it's not sympathy. We have to give them opportunity, we have to empower them, and once we empower them, they will perform like anybody else.
Could you tell something as about your family?
I was born in East Africa, Tanzania. I have a brother. My father is no more. My father used to work there. He came back. He was with the Scout movement. He probably got the highest award in the Scout area. He was a state commissioner. My mother is a homemaker. My mother is still there at Attingal. My brother works on his own. He has his own business. I'm married to Rema. She's from Trivandrum and she works with the Saraswati Vidyalaya in Trivandrum. She's a vice principal there. I have a son, Rahul, who completed his engineering from Mar Basilius College, Computer Science, and he works with Infosys in Mangalore.
Okay.
I have twin daughters, Lakshmi and Parvati. Both of them completed their Bachelor of Fine Arts. They wrote the final exam a few months back.
Okay.
And from middle of August, they are studying in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
They go to the Gallaudet University, which is a university for the deaf. And they're probably the first Indian girls who are studying there.
Yeah.
There have been Indian boys and men who've been there 40, 50 years ago and they've been there, but they're probably the first Indian girls going from India who are studying there. And they're doing well. We hope they do well.
Sure, they will. So I have got quick questions as part of rapid fire. So are you ready for that?
Go ahead.
So your date of birth?
27/3/1957.
Your favorite food?
I probably prefer curd rice and something.
Your favorite color?
Black and white.
Your favorite dress?
Pant and shirt.
Your favorite destination of holiday?
Holiday, very little of holidays.
So some questions about your wife. Her birthday?
July 7th, 1963.
Her favorite food?
She probably likes fish curry and rice. I'm a vegetarian, but
Okay.
she's fish curry and rice.
Her favorite dress?
Sari.
Her favorite color?
Magenta.
Her favorite destination for holiday?
We don't do much of holiday.
Okay. So I have a very small token of love from the whole team of Rose Ball and Let's Talk.
Thank you.
So it's for you and your family. So thank you so much for spending such a wonderful time with us and giving a lot of information about the history of Technopark and the details of Niche. Thank you so much.
Thank you.